Yoink! What's up, beautiful people? Lockie Samuel here, your men's vulnerability coach. Get it? Alright, today's video, today's topic, today's brain dump is do something that scares you. Whew. Whew. A lot of you are anxious already. Well, this is something that I speak about quite frequently, and that is that in order to create change, in order to have some sort of breakthrough and get to that point where you've had the change that you want to create the life that you want, you have to get uncomfortable. And for most of us, that leads to testing our boundaries and pushing through fear. And that is where doing something that scares you comes into play. If you are never testing your boundaries, then you're always going to be in the comfort bubble or the comfort zone, and you're always going to have a life that is comfortable. Whether your life is toxic, destructive, whether it's, mediocre, whether it is whatever, you're always going to have a life that is comfortable because you're never testing yourself. All right. So, going back to me, I'm being completely transparent here, and I don't care what you think about it. But when I was 5 years old, I remember being at primary school, first year, and my body completely freezing when a ladybug landed on me. And I just remember crying until my favorite teacher from that primary school, Mrs. Chapman, later Mrs. Page, came and saved me. She took that ladybug off me, and I was free. I was free from that ladybug, and I lived a happy life. Well, I never got over that fear of insects or spiders, and a week ago, I decided to pick up a bloody grasshopper. I just put my hand out like that to it, it crawled on my hand, and I realized, although it scared the shit out of me, that it really wasn't a threat. That my mind was just making that shit up, and that my nervous system was responding in kind, making me go into that flight mode, because that is my innate nervous system response. Flight. I'm not a fighter. Not at all. So I did something that scared me, the grasshopper. I broke through that, and now I can pick up insects. It only took 29 years. All right. So the next one is shaving the head. Now, I've always had this fear of shaving my head, and I did the world's greatest shave with Happiness Co. And part of the reasoning for me opting into that is because I had that fear of shaving my head, because I always got mocked about having a receding-ish hairline by my family members, by friends, and then had my partner, of course, tell me that I only looked good with a hat on. So I was that guy who always wore a hat, who was always scared of not having my hair and, having it long enough at the front so I could comb it over and hide these little peaks like Vegeta. And so shaving my head as part of the world's greatest shave was really me stepping into the uncomfortability en route to change and challenging my fear of having people see my hairline, not having hair to cover it, and not wearing a hat. So I committed to not wearing a hat with a shaved head for 30 days. So what I realized in that was that having a skin bald head took away the fear of people seeing that hairline, me seeing it in the mirror, and really having to face that, having to accept it and acknowledge it and to love it. That was only yuck at the start, but I decided that I wasn't going to have it skin bald anymore, and that I'd grow a little bit just so that I could see it, at least for those 30 days especially. And in doing that for the 30 days, I broke through. I broke through the fear of what people would think, what I would think, and I've really just become comfortable with that, and in turn become a little bit more comfortable with me. Change hands. And in moving through that and getting to the end of the 30 days, I'm probably the heaviest I've ever been. Holding the most fat that I've ever held on my frame, on my body. And I've always had this beard when I feel like I might have a double chin, and so I always hide behind the beard. So at the end of that 30 days of having my head shaved and no hat, I decided to shave my beard off and step into the fear of having to look at myself in the mirror and face off the fact that I've let myself gain weight. because I really feel like if I declared that I'd overcome my self-hate in regards to body image issues, but unless I'd really taken away all the masks, taken away all the fences, all the walls that I put up, that I couldn't truly declare that. And so I shaved the beard, and I was really face myself in the mirror and face what other people would think. And of course, other people don't give a fuck. It's just all mine. It's the prankster making up these stories in order to validate why you don't feel enough, why you don't feel worthy. And so, insect first, stepping into that fear, shaving the head and not wearing a hat. Number 2, shaving the beard and possibly seeing the double chin. Number 3, and I'm just going to continually go along this process, go along this journey, and keep testing those boundaries, keep pushing through fear en route to change, because there is a life that I want. Although I love my life now and I can celebrate my life now, I'm proud of myself, I love myself, I enjoy all aspects of it, even the not so good, even the ebbs, even the downs. I enjoy it all. But there is a life, there is an ideal life that I want, and in order for me to get there, I have to push through fear. And that is what I do for my clients. And if I can't ask my clients, or if I can't show up for myself by pushing through those boundaries, pushing through fear, then I cannot ask my clients to do it. I don't even know where that went. It's like someone just comes and bloody fucking hops in my brain and takes over for a little bit when I push this record button. But enough about that. If you want to do my free course, How to Be Vulnerable as a Man, drop a comment down below, drop an eggplant emoji, whatever you need to do, let me know, and you can opt in. Use the link, lockiesamuel.com. Let's get it started. If you want to push through fear and you're not vulnerable, or you're not comfortable tapping into vulnerability or expression of emotion or feelings, that's going to test you. And for me, being someone who constantly pushes through fear en route to change, that's a beautiful process. So be proud of yourself every step along the way, because no matter where you are, no matter what you're experiencing, it's beautiful, it's meant to happen, and you can use that as your fuel. Ooh, ah.